man who grew up right here in Cincinnati is running for president. Vivek Ramaswamy is running as a Republican. Some see some of his views, anyway, as controversial. But Ramaswamy believes if Americans listen to what he has to say, they will find themselves nodding in agreement. And what might look like a long shot for the presidency will be a fast track to the White House. I went to his home in Columbus last Friday so I could hear his words and bring them directly to you. So what makes someone say, hey, I've never run for office before. I don't have a last name like Trump that everyone knows because I've had a TV show for forever. I'm running for president, and I think I can win.
What draws me into this race isn't entering a political career, but I just think we're in the middle of this identity void as a country where there isn't another candidate in this movement that's actually offering specific solutions for how we deliver that national identity.
At 37 years old, Vivek Ramaswamy says he's ready for a presidential run. He was a valedictorian of his St. Xavier High School class, graduated from Harvard and Yale. He made his fortune in the biotech finance field, has authored 2 books, Woke Inc. and Nation of Victims,
I think it is between
and has found himself a regular guest on national cable news channels.
Are you a conservative?
I am a conservative in my views. But you know what? I think that I'm not a fan of these labels. I think they're artificial. I think the divide between Republicans and Democrats isn't the real political divide that matters in America today. The real political divide in America that matters is whether you are pro-American, that is, you unapologetically embrace the ideals that I described, the ideals that birthed this nation, or are you fundamentally anti-American? Do you wish to apologize for those ideals and the existence of a nation on the back of them? And I don't think that's a 50-50 split. I think most people in this country are in the pro-American camp, regardless of whether they're black or white, regardless of whether they're Democrat or Republican.
Is there no middle ground there?
I just think we've celebrated our diversity and our differences so much that we forgot all the ways we're really just the same as Americans. And so I don't see the right path to unity as compromising around the radicalism of those ideas. I think the right path is to embrace the radicalism of those shared American ideas. I think that is how we unify this country.
Ramaswamy is a vegetarian, a Hindu. His parents emigrated from India. He now lives in Columbus with his wife and 2 young sons. We got to meet his eldest, Karthik.
Who made this?
Me.
You did? Where'd you make it?
Great cafe.
Is this the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Ramaswamy says if elected, he would get rid of the Department of Education, use the military to deal with the cartel at the southern border, and abolish affirmative action.
You want to end affirmative action.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it is a cancer on our national soul. It is a form of de facto racism. It is an attack on merit. Today, we live in a place where, if we're really being honest about it, whether it's in universities, whether it's in corporate America, the best person doesn't get the job anymore. And you know what? America was supposed to be a country where whoever is going to be most successful in that role, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of their genetics, whoever's going to do the best job, they're the ones who get the promotion. They're the ones who get the job. They're the ones who get the seat in college. That isn't the case today. And I don't think there's a person watching us have this conversation that doesn't believe deep in their heart somewhere that what I'm saying is untrue.
You can learn more about Ramaswamy and his beliefs. The full story is on WCPO.com. And we have posted virtually our entire interview with him. It's about 26 minutes long, and it's on the WCPO YouTube channel. Now, we should mention that other people have also officially declared they are running for the GOP presidential nomination. The 2 best-known candidates are former South Carolina Governor and UN Ambassador Nikki Haley and former President Donald Trump.